Well, you guys can see it is not even a Blizzard QC Barch. It's going to be a Queen charge. Hey guys, Alex here, otherwise known as Clash of Style, and yes, you saw the title and that thumbnail correctly. Today we are going to be checking out some Barch in Legends League and in a CWL hit, Supercell CWL hit in Masters 1. This crazy man decided to hit with Barch and he tripled. So without any further ado, let's jump in and start checking out some of these insane Barch triples. Alright, so the first one we're going to be jumping in and checking out, of course, it's Russell. You guys can see he is going to be the one doing all of these attacks for us today, and he comes in here in Legends League, currently lurking in Crowned Eagles, my home clan, where he has been doing CWL. But you can see he drops down that Hound out in front of his blimp. In pretty much all of his Legends League attacks, he decides to come in with a Blizzard because that is by far the strongest strategy, or the strongest kind of entry to any strategy at Town Hall 13 right now. And you can see he's going to be flying that blimp all the way in just before that Town Hall compartment. He's dropping down those invisibility spells every 4 seconds. The rage spell lasted a pretty decent chunk of time, and he's going to be able to chain through a good chunk of the buildings right there. Unfortunately, both of the scatter shots do stay up, and, you know, using Barch against scatter shots never going to be the best idea. But Russ is incredibly strategic with his heroes. You can see he drops down his king nice and early on. He then brings in that headhunter, really mitigates any of the damage coming on to his king. Does catch a double giant bomb right there. He's going to drop down a couple of goblins just to help speed and clean up these storages down on the bottom section. A couple of super wall breakers, in fact, quite a lot of super wall breakers coming through on this attack. Looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe even 5 super wall breakers ended up coming on through, and that opens right the way through into both of the scatter shots and the eagle artillery in the center of the base, using a skeleton spell right there in the middle. That's going to be used to tank for some of the scatter shots and to try and allow some of the troops behind to make their way in. But you can see what Russ really does here is he relies incredibly heavily on his heroes to push their way right through the center of the base. He's going to use his spells mainly for his hero portion of the attack. He might use a couple of free spells maybe on splash damage defenses to try and keep his Barch alive as it pushes around the outside of the base. But you can see we've actually got a couple of archers and barbarians cleaning up some of the structures around the base. Also cleaned out that warden statue at the top. Meanwhile, the king, the queen, and the grand warden, we had the RC before she went down in the middle as well. Going to throw that queen ability down right there. We've got a free spell, which it doesn't look like we're even going to probably need to drop. So many troops swinging around the back end of the base. You can see those archers sniping over the wall right there, doing a little bit of work. And yeah, this is going to be a really easy triple coming in from Russ using Barch. I still cannot get my head around the fact that this madman is using Barch in Legends League. Without any further ado, let's jump in and check out the next one. Alright, here we go with this next one. You can see pretty much coming in with exactly that same composition. We've got the rage spell and the 4 invisibility spells, which can be used for the super wizards in the blimp. Trying to get maximum value for that from there. And you'll notice that a lot of the professional players, and even just in a lot of these tutorials that Carbon Finn, Eric, Judo Sloth, all these people have been putting out, they fire out a lava hound in front. Now that is really key because you want that blimp to make it as far into the base as possible, or you want it to go exactly where you want it to go, if that makes sense. And if it goes down early, you might not be ready with your spells to drop there, and it could just go really wrong. So the good thing about the Lava Hound, rather than just a loon, it's going to tank for a lot more shots from defenses. It's also going to tank for a lot more seeking air mines, etc. Unfortunately, here you can see there for Russ, he gets really good value from his Blizzard, but that scatter shot remains on. Must be like 0.1 HP. It's so close to going down. A couple of shots from anything and it will fall. So he does have 4 skeleton spells which could potentially be used to try and help him get through this base. Drops down an ice golem nice and early on, brings in quite a few of these super wall breakers. You can see actually throwing down that skeleton spell in the middle, and as predicted, that is going to be able to take down the scatter shot nice and quickly, mitigating a huge amount of potential damage. Funnels over on that left hand side of the base. His RC has already gone down. She popped her ability, took out a good chunk, but that means we're going to push our heroes now around this right hand section. We've got the king, we've got the queen, we've got the warden, and we've got quite a significant amount of these barbarians and archers. And you'll see Russ mainly just uses them to help try and create the funnel, also to help clean up some of the trash buildings around the edge. Sometimes he'll use the barbarians out in front to tank, as the archers can maybe snipe off a couple of defenses, but the main carrying of this attack does come in from these heroes, the king, the queen, and the Grand Warden. You'll see most of the time his RC does end up going down, but that's because she kind of goes out in front of the rest of the troops and gets sniped off pretty quickly. Barbarians and archers continuing to just be brought in around the outside of the base. Nice use of that Eternal Tome ability. The barbarians and archers under the Eternal Tome do a really good job actually. They can do a lot of damage in high numbers. Unfortunately, those splash damage defenses can be pretty lethal if given the chance. Throwing in these big long lines of barbarians out in front now over on the left hand side. We've got the archers of course swinging in behind. So many of those troops and they get smashed. I believe that was a bomb tower went off over on that left hand side, doing an insane amount of damage. But I mean, look at this madman. He swags a freeze. He's still got his king and his queen ability to pop. He swags so much on a Barch hit. I don't even know what to say. You know the meta's broken when Barch is used to triple. Let's move on to the next one. Okay, here we go. The last Legends League hit that we are going to be taking a look at from Russ today before we jump in and check out that insane CWL hit that he did in Brian Fan Club. He's going to be coming in here against Kenny and maybe a slightly lower level base. Certainly those walls are nowhere near max. Looks like most of the defenses are maxed out, so it's still going to be pretty difficult, you know, to triple this base with Barch. But let's see how much value he is able to get from this Blizzard. So much of this strategy depends on the Blizzard coming in at the start. So he throws down the blimp right there. Unfortunately, looks like he did hit a giant bomb, so maybe not going to quite be able to get maximum value. He is still going to be able to sneak in there. He's going to grab that Town Hall, throws down another one of those spells. He does lose. Late, unfortunately, on the invisibility spell. But one of those super wizards luckily was out of range of the scatter shot and he still manages to clutch it up. So we've got one OP super wizard that was able to take down the scatter right there. Could have been disaster if it hadn't gone down. Does still have one up over on the right hand side, but that Blizzard getting an insane amount of value nice and early on in this attack. Already bringing in a skeleton spell. Take a look down over on that bottom left hand side of the base. You can see tanking for the quadruple expo. That's actually going to allow the super wall breaker to get in. It's going to just mitigate a little bit of the damage onto that king. We certainly do not want too much onto him. Throwing down the rest of the skeleton spells now onto the enemy RC as well as the rest of those expos. The ground expos can do a lot of damage, so making sure that we just tank for them for as long as possible, allow the heroes to actually get in there and then they can get through them pretty quickly. Again, lovely use of that Grand Warden ability. You can see just tanking for everything can actually freeze up a couple of those splash damage defenses in the middle, the wizard tower and the scatter shot, because a couple of shots from them and most of our Barch will go down. Again, going to be freezing it up right there as the king is now tanking for the wizard tower. A couple of balloons on the back end, that's going to help take down the mortar, which we of course know can be pretty lethal against Barch. Never usually too much of a trouble against most common strategies, but Barch, you know, those mortars are actually OP against. So we can see now going to be trickling in some of those barbarians, some of those archers in from that left hand side. You can see the single target Inferno actually is causing a few issues. Has sniped off two of our heroes so far. The RC and the Grand Warden has both gone down. We do still have the Queen and her ability over on the right hand side of the base. King again going to get sniped off by that single target Inferno. Our third hero to go down to that single, but we've got an absolute mass of these archers and barbarians now making their way in to that single target Inferno. They are going to be able to take that nice and quickly, and of course they're going to hit a giant bomb, because that's just what barbarians and archers love to do. Giant bombs, you know, they seek them out, much like the Queen when she pops her ability. And yeah, get a little bit excited there. Russ finishes off, swags that Queen ability. Godly hit again from him. Let's jump over and check out that CWL hit. Okay, so here we go. You can see this is one of Russ's mini Town Hall 13 accounts. He's going to be coming in the clan that I am actually running CWL in on my mini Town Hall 13, which is Brian Fan Club. We're just trying to level that up a bit for competitive play. Coming in on day number 4, I think it was, using, well, you guys can see it is not even a Blizzard Sui Barch. It's going to be a Queen charge Barch hit. So he's going to start off with that Queen coming in from the bottom section of the base. She's going to jump in there and grab that single target Inferno. And honestly, when I saw the fact that he wasn't using the Blizzard, he was just using a regular Queen charge Barch hit, I was like, this man is just hitting new levels. He has peaked too early in this game. That Grand Warden statue going to be doing a little bit of damage to our queen, who unfortunately actually lost one of our healers quite early on. Maybe the noobest mistake I've ever seen from Russell. He dropped one of those healers right into the range of the air defense before the queen had taken it down. So he is already down to 4 healers. Going to have to deal with those clan castle troops. Drops down a godly free spell right there. You can see catching a whole load of nothing. So Russ so far in this attack absolutely on fire. Going to luckily get that poison spell down nice and quickly. Was only 2 super minions coming out of the clan castle, and the poison spell does finish them off nice and quickly. Barch now going to be starting to make its way in from that left hand side of the base. You can see the king, the Grand Warden in tandem doing a little bit of work over there. We've got the blimp now going to be flying. We're going to raise that up and take down that town hall. It's just a safe Yeti blimp, nothing too special coming in right there, but those Yetis are going to be able to completely take down this entire compartment. Actually going to be super wall breaking them out of this compartment, just to maybe help try and create that funnel a little bit more. Queen unfortunately does end up getting stalled over here in the middle of the base. We got a nice healer transfer over here onto our king. So as the scatter shot is being tanked for by the RC on this right hand side, those healers are just going to go to town on bringing that king back up to full health. RC ability going to be used in the middle of the base right there. That is going to be able to take it down. We still have a rage and a freeze left up for the back end. Beautiful use of that Eternal Tome ability on or in the center of the base. We had the bomb tower, and then we had a giant bomb, the Eternal Tome ability tanking through both of them. We freeze up the single target Inferno down here on the bottom, on the right hand side of the base, just trying to tank a little bit. Of course, the Barbarians and the Archers going to smack a giant bomb right there on the back end. Queen's going to step up though. She is going to take down that single target Inferno, and Russ just has so much left up here on the back end. He swags his Queen ability and everything, pretty much swagged that rage spell. And he just tripled this base using Queen Charge Barch. What an absolute madman. That is all we got time for today. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Big shout out again to Russ for allowing me to come in, record his Legends hits, and also, you know, participate with him in BFC and witness, you know, some of these insane hits, including that Queen Charge Barch attack. If you guys did enjoy this video, make sure you let me know down in the comments. Leave a like, share this video around if you guys feel like it. Drop a sub as well. It would be great to have you guys join in. I'm trying to hit 3K by the end of 2021. That would be absolutely awesome. And yeah, much love everyone, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.